So here's what we're going to cover today. And guys, please feel free to interrupt me with any questions or any additional thoughts as we go through this. This is super casual. In any case, we'll go over our member benefits for 2021. We are adding a lot of really exciting new benefits for MSUA members. We'll talk about a new program called MSUA Engage. And then we'll also talk about MSUA Game Changers Live. We'll review the Pulse. For some of you may not still be aware of the Pulse. It's fairly new. We started it late last year. And then we'll also talk about our MSUA website updates and then our Mobile Satellite Innovation Awards for 2021. And then anything else you guys want to ask about or talk about. So we want to make sure, the most important thing to me as we go into this new year is to make sure that all of our MSUA members are getting the full benefit out of all of the great programs that we offer. So I'll be aiming to reach out to you and, try to get things on the calendar and all of that, but certainly feel free to also proactively reach out to us. You can always reach me at president@msua.org, or you can hit up our whole marketing team at marketing@msua.org. If you have membership questions, membership@msua.org. But in any case, those are kind of the main addresses, but you can always find how to get in touch with us at our website at msua.org. I sound like a broken record here. In any case, I want to jump into a brand new program, and this is a program that that Roger had suggested to us. So Roger, I'm going to let you jump in and talk about this.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, so the concept essentially is to provide a platform that would enable member organizations to share information about themselves and about projects that they might be interested in pursuing, or recent advancements in technology or other offerings they might have, with an idea to promoting dialogue amongst the organizations. So it's a concept that's not uncommon to other consortiums have done things like this. Basically, the idea would be to provide information both on the company and their POCs, core capabilities, strengths and offerings, and other teaming partnerships. It's especially important, I think, for smaller businesses, such as Pathfinders, my business, that might not be so well known, to let people know what we do and what we might be able to offer in certain situations. And likewise, for us to take advantage of what other member organizations might be offering, or technologies or core capabilities they have. But I think it's equally appropriate for larger organizations that, while they're very well known, we might not have ready insights into what those organizations are doing or what type of interest they might have in teaming opportunities. Plus, it would be nice to have readily available points of contact in order to explore those opportunities. So the idea is to prepare a very short PowerPoint presentation, of which Lisa has provided examples of what it might look like, and populate that presentation with the appropriate information. While these are general suggestions as to what you might want to populate it with, I think it would be important to let each organization choose what's important to them and what it is they'd like to highlight. And then make that presentation possibly available on the MSUA website for reference in the future, but also possibly allow individual organizations the opportunity to do a brief 3-minute presentation via Zoom or some methodology to make that introduction and to share who they are and what they do. Also, probably important that they have the ability to update that presentation occasionally, again, to share concepts and needs and potential opportunities that are quite timely. So that's the idea. So that's what we suggested, and yeah, just kind of curious to see what people's feedback might be.
Absolutely. So feel free to jump in if you guys have any thoughts on this. The other thing that we did as a means of sharing this and other just partner to partner engagement is we've set up a Slack channel, a Mobile Satellite Users Association Slack channel that you can get into and utilize. So there is a link to that in this presentation, and this presentation will be sent out after this call. So please feel free to sign up for that Slack channel. This presentation outline is available out there, and there's a specific channel. And I'll jump in there at the end of the presentation if you want to have a look at it. But it's a great way for us to collaborate and share information and share ideas. And so that's all set up and ready for you to jump into as well. If you've never used Slack before, it's really easy to use and very intuitive. And just like I said, a great way to collaborate and have conversations. So any questions on MSUA Engage? Okay. The other thing that we are launching in 2021 is what we're calling MSUA Game Changers. And this is kind of an update to our Executive Spotlight program. What we're doing is, if you're not familiar with the Executive Spotlight program, that is an interview series that we have been doing for a number of years, where we interview leaders from our member organizations and turn those into articles. And those articles are often picked up, or pretty much always picked up, by SAT News. Now we're looking to take our Executive Spotlight program into the 2020s, and we are going to turn this into a live cast. And what that means is that we'll be doing these interviews live over YouTube Live and potentially over LinkedIn Live as well. We're finding that this live casting format is incredibly successful. I've done several of these and seen viewership up in the, certainly multiple hundreds and sometimes over thousands. So lots of viewers and lots of interest. So we wanted to take advantage of this format. It's also a format that's not kind of, I guess, overly used today. A lot of people are not using it yet. Some because they aren't comfortable with the live format, or just the new technology that you need to, or new sort of applications that you need to be able to use in order to make it happen. So in any case, this will be short form content, so really consumable. The whole idea is to, get as many eyes and ears on this content as possible. So it will be a short interview. I have some standard questions that we will use as our baseline. And then of course we can tweak them depending on the individual that we're interviewing, or if there's a specific topic we want to focus on. But the whole idea is to really highlight the thought leadership of our member organizations, and help them talk about how they are supporting the use of mobile satellite technologies. So in any case, we'll get this started. If you are interested in taking advantage of this right away, definitely reach out to me at president@msua.org. We will take those live interviews and turn them into articles as well. And then both the live video will be available on demand. So we'll share that as well as the article broadly across our mobile satellite news newsletter that goes out regularly, and then also via our social media and our website. So, I mean, literally this will be everywhere. And then we'll also share it through with SAT News and look to, encourage them to pick that up as well. So any questions on MSUA Game Changers? All righty. Okay, the Pulse. So the Pulse, we've had a couple of episodes so far. We did Autonomous Edge back in December. We do have a replay. Like I mentioned, you don't have to scribble down this really crazy YouTube link. I'll send this out after the call so you can get to the replay of this session. This was a great session with several different experts from across both technology and the satellite side of the business. Our member Isotropic Networks supported this. They were our sponsor for this episode. So that's another thing to think about as a member. There are sponsorship opportunities on the Pulse. So in any case, if you missed this, I encourage you to check this episode out. We also just did earlier this week, it's been a busy week. We did the public safety event. Frank August, our secretary, was the moderator for this session. And we had David Blankenship from the Public Safety Network join that session and talk all about public safety and the use of satellite communications in order to keep our first responders connected, and then some of the background technology that supports that. So we don't have the replay up and available quite yet because we, like I said, we just ran the live session on Tuesday. So hoping to have that next week. So we will share out this link everywhere in our mobile news newsletter, on our website, and across social as well. So as soon as this is available. So keep an eye open for it. And we absolutely thank our sponsor, Blue Sky Network, as well. So again, if you're interested, so we have several other webcasts that are coming up. There's a couple that are not listed in here, but as you can see, we have the 5G Future Vision. We are already engaged with one member on this session, but if you're interested in participating in that session, either as a sponsor or a speaker, feel free to reach out to marketing@msua.org. We also are just starting to define a remote communications reality check. So if you're interested, again, in participating in that as a speaker or sponsor, let me know. And then we also have a wireless optical communications session that we're working on as well. And that was brought to us as an opportunity by Roger, and his organization will also be sponsoring that session. So in any case, if you are interested in any of these sessions that we have coming up, again, as speakers or sponsors, let me know, or send us an email at marketing@msua.org. Or if you have ideas for future sessions that you would like to float by us, absolutely reach out to us on that as well. Really, the focus on these, just to kind of reiterate, is we're really focused on taking that user perspective and understanding their needs and highlighting users of these solutions. Any questions on the Pulse? I'll flip over here to sponsorship opportunities. And I know some of you that registered before the end of the year, you have a complimentary sponsorship. So make sure you take advantage of that. Okay. Please interrupt me if you have questions. Okay, membership. One of the things that I wanted to highlight are our new members for this year, Blue Sky Network and ST Engineering iDirect. We are also doing a refer a new member program for 2021. So if you refer a new member and they become a member, you will receive a, if it's a corporate member, a 1-month sponsorship of our mobility satellite news newsletter that comes out. Right now we're bi-weekly. And then if you refer a new small business member, you'll have a 1-issue MSN sponsorship. So definitely take advantage of this. We have, gosh, several other new members that are, kind of close to signing up. We have at least 3 others that I'm aware of. So definitely feel free to refer new potential members our way as well. Okay. So the Innovation Awards, this is something that has changed to align with Satellite. We've always done our awards banquet during Satellite, and with Satellite happening toward the end of July this year, I believe it's 26th through 29th. I should have put that on here. We are going to go ahead and move our Innovation Awards to that timeframe as well. So the submissions will be due June 15th, which means we have some time on this, and we will likely we might use the Slack channel as a means of submitting those, but I will let you all know exactly how to submit those submissions well before this June 15th date, so you have plenty of time to submit. We also will have a new nomination category for really all of these categories. We've typically highlighted the solutions of the solution providers, but certainly we would love to see nominations for users that are actually leveraging these technologies and showing leadership in these areas. The other thing that we're exploring this year, and actually would love your feedback as members, is we are thinking that we could offer non-members the opportunity to submit as well, but that there would be a fee for them to submit, as opposed to the members would not have that fee. So, and that I'm thinking that the fee for participating in the Innovation Awards could also go toward a membership, offsetting a membership if they decide to become members. So certainly any feedback on that would be encouraged here. So any thoughts on that from folks that are out there?
Cool. Hey, Lisa, this is Jennifer. Can you hear me?
Yep, absolutely.
Hey, I think that's a great idea. I love the idea of focusing a bit more on, nominating users. I think that would lead, that serves well the idea that we want to bring more users into the organization. Everybody loves to get an award, and if we as our customer get nominated by us, I think that's really good momentum in that direction.
Great, thanks for the feedback. Any other thoughts?
Well, I guess this is John Dark. The trade-off I see with non-members is that, of course, it increases competition to win the award, but it also maybe increases the legitimacy of the award if a broader group can apply for it.
Absolutely. That's great feedback. It's a good thought. Any other input on this? Okay. Well, as always, if you have feedback after the call, or you think of something that you want to add to any of these programs that I've introduced today, definitely feel free to send me a note at president@msua.org. We are always looking for new ideas on how to provide more and better benefits to our members and to extend our relevancy to more members. And just mentioning that, I don't have this in the presentation today, but I did want to mention that in December, we did announce a partnership with Euroconsult where they are offering MSUA members an ongoing discount on any of their research. So definitely, if you have a need for research, feel free to take advantage of that. If you have questions on how to do that, feel free to listen to the replay of the December call, or again, just reach out to marketing@msua.org and we can let you know how to take advantage of that discount offer that Euroconsult has offered to us. The other thing to keep an eye out for is our biweekly newsletter that it always has links in there to events where we're offering discounts. So SmallSat conference is coming up in February, early February, and they are offering our members a 20% discount on registration for that. The AI X Space, it's a event completely focused on AI and space, is happening I think next week. In any case, they're also offering special registration for MSUA members. So whenever you get that weekly newsletter, definitely make sure to scroll through and look for those opportunities. If you're not getting mobility news, sign up. Super easy on the website. If you go to mobility news, there's a form right there, which actually brings us to our website, which we are in the midst of updating it. So kind of continue to watch for updates there on the website. If you haven't been there for a while, you might want to check it out. We are continually improving all of the pages on the site right now. So kind of watch for updates on the website. But now I guess I want to open the floor for any questions or comments. Anyone have anything they want to bring up? You guys are so quiet.
It's Jennifer, I have a question. Yeah. Is the idea with the Slack channel that all members who, get access to it, it's just an open, like, maybe this isn't the right way to say it, but whatever, free for all, of conversation, or did I misunderstand the purpose of that? I mean, I'm quite interested in it as an idea. I think it is an added benefit if it means potentially that, it's like a sub network. But I just wanted to know more about the idea behind that.
Yeah. So, I mean, the main focus around that was giving us a place where we can share our MSUA Engage profiles. But it also gives us the opportunity, like you're saying, to have conversations. And obviously those conversations could be started. So for example, if you were looking for a partner that could do a certain type of thing that maybe your organization doesn't have, either whatever, maybe certifications to do or what have you, that you could go out there and ask the member community and say, hey, do any of you do X, Y, and Z, or could you support an initiative like this? And then, if somebody comes back, you could always take that conversation then off to a private conversation over email or a conference call or what have you. But it would give you the opportunity to go out and talk to the broader member community and ask questions or make suggestions or what have you. So that's kind of the intent. And like I said, really, I built that so that we could share those MSUA Engage profiles as well.
I guess I'm wondering, do we have, I maybe should know this, but on LinkedIn, do we have like a group page or a company page?
Mm-hmm.
is it a group?
Yeah, yep, a group. You can, yes, a group.
I guess because I'm just thinking, so just even when you sent that info around yesterday about Slack, maybe that was just to the advisory group, but what I've understood from our organization is that we're actually, I'm not sure if it's not allowed or we have to jump through quite a lot of hoops to get the Slack desktop application. And so I've tried before having it on my browser and it's pretty cumbersome to use. I mean, it's not, it doesn't jump up in your face in the same way as the desktop version does. All of that is just to say that I'm sort of wondering if containing the conversation to something like LinkedIn, which obviously everyone's going to be on anyway, makes more sense if part of what we're trying to do is build more conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a really good thought. That's a good thought. Yeah, the only thing I'm thinking about is that trying to keep those engaged profiles private so that the members are more apt to share it. I guess if everybody that's in the LinkedIn group is a member, maybe that doesn't matter. So that's
well, or you could
talk about. That's a really good point, though. I haven't experienced the same thing with Slack. I've always just used the online version, but that's a really good perspective.
Well, maybe I have only used the online version a little bit and was sad about it compared to the desktop version. So maybe I didn't give it a fair chance and I can go back. But I'm just thinking like another option, especially if we're reworking the website, is that there's a members only section, or maybe there already is a members only section of the website. I'm just thinking that, you know, having an additional platform, though I really love Slack for certain things.
Yeah.
Feels sort of extraneous to me.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. That's a
Yeah,
really
I'll second that opinion. I had Slack for a long time for work. We moved on to Teams. I'm really not interested in bringing back one more platform to manage between everything else I've got. Anyway, it goes on and on. But I second that opinion for sure. That if we had a LinkedIn group, it's something that I think the vast majority of folks are already on for other reasons.
Yep. Okay, that's great feedback. I really appreciate that. Anyone else? Okay. That's really, really, really helpful feedback. So I really appreciate that. We definitely want to make it, I mean, the point is to get people to engage, right? So we want to make it as easy as possible for that to happen. Okay. Well, I think that's all we have for our main content today. Like I said, if you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, you want to take advantage of some of these benefits right away, definitely email either me at president@msua.org or marketing@msua.org, and we will make sure that that we get you set up and engaged on all of these programs and take full advantage of them.